We might be drunk, we might be drunk. As long as we are hanging out, you know we might be drunk. Raise a glass, let's talk shit. Pet peeves, Rex, and a bit. Maybe drunk, we might be drunk. Yeah.
Hey, we're here, folks. This is it. We might be drunk. Not yet. We're about to crack open a new bottle of something I've never heard of.
You heard that pop.
I love the pop.
It's a little natural wine. I don't even know what color it is, but
Natural. Aren't all wines natural?
No, some are this. I don't know that. I don't know a lot about wine. I know the difference. Organic wine. All I know about this wine is the hangover is so much less.
Oh, great.
So that's huge.
Yeah.
It tastes good. Some of it is funky. You can get like an orange wine. It's kind of trendy right now. I found out about this when we were on the road with Aziz. It would be me, Phil Hanley, whoever, Will Sylvince, who didn't drink, but he'd be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Mateo, whoever. But he would order these weird, funky wines, and they tasted really weird and good, and we were never hungover.
Wow.
We'd be tired from the road. We'd be a little hungover.
Yeah, that's the thing about hanging out with rich people is they teach you a few things about
Look at that color.
class. Wow, it looks like cider.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Learned a lot from these these rich people who took us on the road. And they like put the spoon on that side, the fork on this side. It was all felt
Titanic?
Like
You didn't figure that out in Titanic?
I didn't remember it, It was like going to etiquette school again. What do you think?
Cheers.
Woo-wee!
Tell me what you think.
Smells kooky. It's got a bite.
It's kind of fun, right?
I like it.
Let's do red next time. I'm a big wino guy because I like the drunk that wine gives you.
It's a good loopy.
You sometimes can get belligerent on bourbon. You can get a little too crazy on tequila.
Oh yeah.
Wine, you just get sloppy and silly, and I love that.
Yeah. But the red with the tongue, the thick wooden tongue, and the purple teeth, and the hangover is bananas.
The hangover can be rough. It's not as bad with this, I don't think.
Oh, great.
And it still gets you nice and fucked up. So
I like it. I'm into it.
Carlin was a wino.
What?
George Carlin went to rehab for wine.
Is that right?
Yeah. He would just...
Wow.
I'm sure there was other shit going on there.
Yeah. Little nose candy, I think, as well.
He was a wino.
I've never heard him talk about drinking. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And then it's funny to go to rehab for wine. It feels so romantic.
It's the only type of rehab where they're like, all right, pussy.
Yeah, right? Jesus, what year? Whoa.
It is. This is nice. I kind of like it.
Yeah. They got rid of, Prohibition. They had Prohibition. They said alcohol was the meth of its day. Yeah. So there'd just be guys like in an alleyway, shit-faced or fallen over or passed out.
Interesting.
Yeah, like farmers were big into booze, and they would just get drunk and lay in hay.
Yeah, that was in that Ken Burns doc, right?
Yes,
yes. And how like the barkeeps would run for office and stuff because they were so popular.
Exactly. Everything was built around booze. Like even stand-up was like comics and gin joints and mafia nightclubs.
Yeah, there's something about it, man. Something about Prohibition too, where you're like, this isn't allowed. That's kind of how I felt doing comedy during the pandemic.
Yeah, speakeasy.
Where like this, I'm not supposed to be. I remember like on one of the roofs, someone took a joint out and they're like, do I have to put it out? And I was like, dude, none of this is legal.
Yeah, exactly. We could all die. It was like having a black friend in the 40s. Woohoo, we're on the edge. Yeah, I loved that part of the pandemic. That's something we'll tell our kids about. Like, oh, turn off your VR sex worker. I got to talk about this pandemic I was in 30 years ago.
Yeah, the way that you used to, when like your mom would be banging on your door, like dinner, and you're like, I'm studying, but you were jacking off.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be parents doing that and the kid's like fucking a sex robot. I'm like, come on, just no fucking the sex robot at dinner. Come on.
Right.
This is crazy. What about,
Sorry.
You got some gas, my friend.
At its show, we got free food, and it's all
What'd
coming
you
out.
eat?
I got the salmon, so this is going to be rough.
We got the white wine with the salmon.
Yeah, see, I like a white over red because I feel like it's light. I feel like I'm just drinking water on a crisp day in the sun.
But this is a thick wine. This is a thick white, at least, rather this is like a jism white right here. This is
thick white. It's like a Rosie O'Donnell or a Kirstie Alley.
So you You didn't have a good set there, though?
Oh, was it rough? I mean, it's one of those giant rooms that keeps going and going. So everybody, of course, sits in the far back because they don't want to be up front.
Sure.
And then it's very stuffy. It's very rich. They're all members. The furniture is super nice.
Members.
I know. Brutal.
I always think of the scene in Caddyshack when Dangerfield walks in, and it's like, as a kid, that's what you want. Like, he walks into the stuffy country club, and he's just zinging everybody.
Yeah,
he walks up to that old lady. I bet you were something before electricity. All right, I'll tell you.
I feel like that's most of my life is if people were here, they'd be laughing, but you guys hate me. But like, even at Soho, I'm like, you guys hate me, but if an audience was watching this on TV, I'd be doing well.
Exactly. They're like, I don't hate you. I'm dead on the inside.
Right.
And you're like, right, I'm taking it personally. But you're miserable. You're hot and you're miserable. And I can let my guard down enough to perform and bomb for you people, but you can't let your guard down enough to crack a smile.
That's a great way to put it. But again, I keep trying to put myself in their, Italian loafers and go, okay, there's 6 people here, 8 people. There's a lot of pressure on them. If they don't laugh, doesn't mean they hate you. So I try to give them the benefit, but they hated me. Let's be honest.
You went on first.
Yeah.
That's never easy to crack it open, though.
No, Tyler Fisher hosted. He was super positive, great guy, and talked to all of them. But you know what's tough is a dark joke with 8 people is dead in the water.
There were 8 people there?
Maybe 11.
Oh, my God.
It was rough.
That's a meeting. That's not a fucking show.
I know. And then the meeting was saying it was an intervention to quit comedy. You should not be doing this.
That's tough when you have a dark joke for a small crowd. They look at you. This was my first few years in comedy. They look at you kind of like, we just don't like you. It's not it's not the material we don't like. We don't like you.
Yes, we think you're a bad guy because of these jokes. You're like, no, these jokes don't represent me. I just think this is funny.
Yeah.
I'm not this guy. Like, I opened with a pedo joke, and they were like, what, are you crazy? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you guys don't know me.
Can't open with that, yeah.
I know. Well,
but it's also like, who ain't making pedo jokes? Pedos.
Yes, good point.
So
good point.
Maybe this is a good sign.
Right. Yeah, Jared Fogle is not doing any pedophile material. He's steering clear of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to Harry before the show, producer Harry, and he was asking, because we talked last episode, what makes a good comedy club? Because we're saying, like, these are the clubs we like. We left off Acme, by the way. I was thinking Minneapolis, great club.
Good call.
But, and I'm sure we left off a million. But,
yeah,
there's something about, like, low ceilings. Everything that makes COVID bad
is good for comedy. So true.
People
Packed
on
room.
top of each other.
Yeah. Hot, dingy room, smoky, low ceiling. Yeah. It's all horrible. It's all bad for Corona.
Yeah.
Great for comedy. But speakeasies, that seemed like fun. That's the invention of, or not the invention, but that's what led to Mexico, like border towns. Because they'd hop the border just for a cocktail.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how it all started.
They hopped the border for a drink.
That's how bad people wanted to drink, because there wasn't blow yet and stuff like that. There wasn't like Percocet back then, so they had to get creative, and all they had was booze. That was the only way to cut the edge.
It's funny that booze is legal, because you see like how dangerous it is. Like,
I know.
I feel like we drink, but I feel like we drink pretty responsibly.
Yeah, now, yeah. we took a few road bumps to get there.
I remember us at industry parties back when we were young comics, and there was an open bar, and it was just us like guzzling shots.
Oh yeah,
and me walking up to someone like, "This is you," and they're like, "I'm the president of NBC." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's
Oops.
so true. Oh man,
we didn't realize we were burning some bridges.
No, but we were 24 or 26, whatever it was. And also back then there was no thought of mixing alcohol. It was just like, oh, I'll take a beer, I'll take a tequila, I'll take a red wine, I'll take a Jaeger, whatever it was. You just took it. And the goal was like, okay, the bar's going to close. I got to black out before then.
We were not mature. I think I don't want to ever become an alcoholic, because I don't want to ever have to quit.
Oh, yeah, I like it too much to abuse it.
Yeah. I mean, we abuse
Same.
it probably slightly.
Sure. Well, it's like a girlfriend.
Emotional.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah, no, you're right. We abuse it a little, but we know where, it's almost like comedy. We know where the line is. We cross it a little with alcohol, and then we bring it back.
And just like in comedy, in 10 years, people are going to be like, and you did what?
That's true, yes. Thank God there's not documentation of my college and high school years drinking.
Oh my God, I think says everybody.
The yakking on myself, all that shit.
I remember doing prom shows completely just shithouse wasted.
Yeah.
And like, guess what? It was your like Caroline's Comedy Club.
Yeah.
It would be, you'd go on at like 3:30 in the morning. They'd be shithouse wasted. And you're like, what am I? I'm getting paid $25. What am I not going to get hammered?
Exactly. I got to get my money somehow, and they're going to hate me anyway, so I might as well have fun.
Sold out room, and they're paying us $25 to get home at 6 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. And there were some great nights.
There were some great nights. It would be great when we didn't know we'd be there, and you'd be like, ah!
Yeah, you're an idiot too. We both need a gig. Yeah, but it was just fun because it was a real knife fight. That was a real lesson in like, hey, you don't just tell your jokes. You got to be on your feet in the moment, zinging and zanging with these, horny 18-year-old kids with a crustache and a boner. And you had to really riff and go off the script.
You start bombing. You're like, all right, who's the nerd? They all start cheering. You're like, all right, let me throw someone else under the bus here.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a virgin. He just started jerking off. He likes her, but she's into this guy. Yeah, that was always fun. They'd be like, oh my God, he knows us.
Yeah, those gigs were hell. Those were awful when you'd start a show at 5 p.m. because you're like on like Linda Smith's show.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, I'm starting at 5 p.m. and my last spot is at 3:45 a.m. This is going to be a weird night.
Yeah, and you're like, I better have a beer now. And then you have another beer throughout every show until the 3:30 one.
You show up to Caroline's at like 3:30 in the morning without a shirt on. Like, you sure you're on tonight? You're like, I'm on.
And then Bert Kreischer's like, what the fuck? That's my thing. Yeah, those were wild times, and no real, we didn't think about consequences. It was a fun way to live. There were consequences, but we didn't think about them.
That's true.
Now I'm always in my head, like, I guess because we're older.
Yeah, and also you're that guy in your 20s, that's all right, but you're that guy in your 30s. You're not a work in progress anymore.
Right.
You're the work.
Right. That's so true. I did a video shoot, and it was a pretty big shoot with a guy. I'm not going to say who it is, but we know him well. And we did a lunch break, and they're like, go wherever you want for lunch in the city and then come back in like an hour. And he put down like 4 beers at lunch.
Wow. And
he came back, and he was a little loosey-goosey, and they were like, this is not cute anymore. Like, we should fire you. You're gross. You're pathetic. And he was like, oh, shit. He thought he was fun.
Richard Belzer?
Yeah, it was Law and Order. That was the shoot. But yeah, it was an eye-opener for me.
Yeah, that's a problem where you got to have a handle on it because it's so easy not to. That's the thing is like, it would be so easy to become an alcoholic for us because we drink for free at every club.
Yep.
You get bored. There's so much downtime.
Totally.
That's the thing too. You get off stage and you feel that energy from the crowd. Like say that you crush, you get off stage, you're like, I need a drink. I can't just like let that feeling go. I need something. Or you bomb and you're like, oof, I got to get rid of that feeling. No matter what, you're like, I need a drink.
That's so true. Yeah. I never thought of it like that. It's the cure-all.
It's a great drug.
Great drug. It kind of just adapts to you. Whatever you need, it goes with it. You want to keep partying, it's a great night, you drink. If you have a horrible night, you drink.
Back in the day, meth was that?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Damn, meth does not look fun. The thing is, alcohol can be awful, and you can look awful, but can also look fun.
That's true.
Meth never looks fun.
Don Draper had a scotch. Kings have these chalices with wine in it. So they're still successful people. They crack a bottle of champagne when they sell a big thing at Ford or whatever, So there's booze still in successful places, but there's no meth in like, the White House or whatever.
That's a good point. I know Don Draper was a miserable guy, but he looked like he was having a good time.
He had there was some good times peppered in, but
he was banging so many hot women. They're like, I know you're unhappy, but this is like this is top shelf misery.
Yes. This
is the Belvedere of like sadness here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you say, the party from the man. You got to separate them. And we saw his man, but we also saw the party.
Yeah, Breaking Bad, it's like, I know they were just selling meth, but even just like that, just being around it, like, who'd you rather be, Don Draper or Jesse Pinkman? Come on.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
No doubt.
No. Gotta go Draper all day. Pinkman, yeah.
Yeah, not a fan?
Well, he was a good guy, but just a sad life when the girlfriend OD'd and just the giant hoodies and the outfits. Yeah, I don't know.
She was hot, dude.
She was hot.
That was tough to see her go.
I know.
Damn. Are you a big Breaking Bad guy?
Oh, yeah. Seen it many times.
Yeah.
I always say I think that changed TV. That was so good. It was like, I didn't know TV could be this good.
You know who might have been, I don't think he's talked about enough as being such a great actor on that show, is the guy who plays Gus.
Gus.
The
chicken guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's amazing.
Incredible.
That guy's amazing. Yeah. Odenkirk is great. The guy Mike is great.
But everyone talks about Odenkirk.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking action star now.
I know. Good for him. But that guy Mike is great. The bald guy who's like the right hand man of Odenkirk.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like the muscle.
Ermintrout. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that show.
From Beverly Hills Cop.
Is he?
He's the goon in Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow.
He's the guy who killed Eddie Murphy's friend in the beginning, and he's the guy Eddie Murphy. He looks the same. He looks like a tough guy. Even then.
Yeah. That guy's cool. That guy used to be on TV a lot more. That just like quiet, tough guy, kind of fix it all, like the wolf from Pulp Fiction. The guy who just came in and handled shit.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Dead N-word storage. Yeah.
That scene, holy shit.
Oh, when I was done with it, didn't look like a fucking tampon. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Can I give you a peeve that hit me today?
Please
right.
give me a peeve.
So I went to a different sandwich place today. I need a sandwich during the day. I'm a big sandwich guy. It's funny, I was talking to someone the other day, and she goes, I've never gotten to sandwiches. I was like, you never gotten a sandwich? It's the most basic thing.
Yeah.
It's like saying I fucking hate America. I've never gotten to sandwiches.
I never gotten to movies and ice cream. Hate dogs.
TV, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
But anyway, I go, and there's a guy, he's not on speakerphone, but he's the loud guy, and it's a small place. So he's literally buzzing in my ear.
Yes.
On the loud call, and it's never a dude having a thoughtful conversation on these calls because they're an idiot. They're lacking awareness. So they're an asshole. So what they're saying is never, I'm forced to listen to is never something that is interesting in any way.
Yes.
I literally hear him keep going, I'm different from other people. I invest in the man.
Oh,
he kept saying that.
Oh man, what a cheese dick!
I want to be like, I invested in a machete just now, you piece of shit.
Yeah, wow. I would be so embarrassed to say that out loud, let alone yell it in a store.
He yelled it, and it was like the point that I was ordering my sandwich. And I couldn't, she was like, what? And I'm like, oh, I was so close to snapping. I held it. I was kind of like in my head, like, be calm. This is his shit. But I was like, ooh, I gave him dirty looks.
Oh, good. The dirty look is underrated.
I love a dirty look.
Yeah, I get a dirty look. It stones me for like a week. I'm in the shower like, oh, that was a bad look. I got to change my shit. But no, good. That guy stinks. I hate that guy. I also hate the guy who talks on the phone like this. Yeah, all right, yeah. It's like, all right, just put it to your ear like a human being. Who do you think you are?
How about the person? I'm so glad we did away with flip phones for the people that would love to hang up on you by just going. They would just snap it. They wouldn't even say bye. They would just do. I'm like, oh, you're not Ari Gold, motherfucker.
Right, yeah. Or if they say, Sam, out. All right, we get it, Seacrest.
Or anyone who has a thing, speak.
Yeah, that guy's the word. This is all very LA. I picture the Bluetooth, Yeah, my dad, and this sums up my dad in one moment, one action, is he doesn't say bye on the phone, he just hangs up.
I fucking hate that.
And you're like, hey, Dad, like, I'm your son. Tell me bye. I don't know. I'm still going. I'm still making up bullshit conversation because I think you're there. And then you just hear like, doo-doo-doo. You're like, oh, geez, Dad's gone.
That is so weird.
I know. It's so little intimacy.
What does he just say, okay, and hangs up?
Not even an okay. He's like, well, what time am I picking you up? I'm like, oh, can you pick me up at 5? He's like, yeah, I can make 5 work. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And he's already gone.
Damn.
Yeah, because he's just like information. It's not mean, but he's just like, I got the info. I'm good.
My biological dad did that, but without the phone. But no, it's interesting, man. That's. I had a friend who did that too, and it drove me nuts. The friend he wouldn't even say bye. What he would just do is, he wouldn't say I gotta go. He would just go, okay, bye. He wouldn't say I gotta go.
Right.
He would just give you the hard bye. I'm like, you gotta work to the bye.
Work to the bye.
Say, all right. But I'll tell you though, it also bothers me. Well, I'm keeping you. Let's just say I gotta go.
Yes, I hate that.
I don't want to take a bit. Well, I know I'm keeping you.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go.
How about I choose when I go? You don't get to decide my schedule for me. Okay.
Totally with you. So with you. How about this one with the phone? If we're on the phone, Jeffrey Joseph had the funniest joke. I loved it. I wish I had wrote it.
I miss that guy. I love that. I saw him in Vancouver last year.
Really?
Yeah, he lives there now, and
wow, he actually went to Canada. He's one of the few people who said, I'm going to Canada. He went.
If Trump wins, I'm going to Canada.
Yeah,
And he went.
he went. Good for
Respect.
him. Yeah.
Vancouver's great.
Oh, we just did a whole.
He's getting a lot of acting work too. He's a great actor.
He's on The Sopranos.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in a ton of shit. He's got a great resume. He's in Scrooged.
Wow. He's in the scene in The Sopranos where they handcuff Johnny Sack.
That's right, at the
At the wedding.
quinceañera or whatever that was. Yeah.
The wedding, yeah. But
I'm
you were farting
sorry.
like crazy.
This is the salmon.
You are. I'm bummed that you haven't given Rick and Morty more of a shot because you are Rick in some ways.
Is he a farter?
He farts, he belches, but he's also really smart.
All right, I'll take it. So wait, Jeffrey Joseph, he has this great bit about, you always see the guy in New York on the sidewalk like, fuck that guy, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. But you never see the guy in New York on the phone going, uh-huh. Is that right? You never hear that guy. It's always the guy yelling, and it's so true. Because every time I walk by a guy going, motherfucker, I'm gonna come over there, and you're like, I think of his bit, which is a sign of a good bit.
It is funny when you see an angry person on the phone in New York. When you see someone melting down,
yes.
It does give you, it's almost like seeing someone else get pulled over by the cops or something where you're like, all right, better them than me. It's weird.
Yes.
Like, you ever see someone else step in shit and you're like, I'm not happy you stepped in shit, but I'm glad that you sacrificed yourself for the block in a way. You know?
Totally. I mean, that's the whole premise of America's Funniest Home Videos. Like, that guy fell off the ladder. He got kicked by a pony. You know, the fat guy fell asleep at the birthday and went through the cake.
For sure. And like that guy, I saw a guy though snap on the phone the other day. He's just like a little Jewish guy, little Jewish old man. He goes, "You fucking asshole, you listen to me." And I was like, oh, that just like made my day. That energy just made me happy. You piece of shit.
I love it. And it's funny because we talk about how we hate the guy yelling on the phone, but that guy we don't mind.
He's doing it out in the open, so he's going to be... If it's in an enclosed space,
right.
You're a fucking monster.
That's a good point.
Who raised you?
I don't get that thought process because... I used to work out at the rec center.
I love the rec center.
I love the rec center.
It's the best kept secret in the city, and we shouldn't even be plugging it.
You're right. I was just talking about this
Don't go to the
other
rec
day.
center.
Don't. I shouldn't have said the price. But you're right. It's the best kept secret. Me and Sally just went to the tennis courts the other day. It's beautiful. It's right on the river.
Good at tennis?
No, we just went for a shoot. But I was like, why don't I come here? I should start playing tennis.
We should play tennis like in fucking Annie Hall or something.
I would love that.
I'm terrible though.
I'm terrible too, so it'll be perfect.
But I'd love to get good at it.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it's good exercise, and it's right. You don't have to run around too much. It's perfect.
Dude, racquetball too. That's where it's at.
We're not successful enough for racquetball.
No, but I'd like to get there.
That's like
'cause
Gordon
it looks
Gekko.
fun.
It does.
In college, they had it in the gym, so I got to go when I was in New Orleans. So like we go play, and it was like, this is so fun.
Oh, the Riley Center.
I only played a couple times though.
Yeah,
but it was great.
It is fun.
We got to find a way, dude. We got to.
That's a good idea. We'll do a video there.
Let's do a video. Are you good at it?
No, I haven't played in 20 years, but I love the eek, 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 eek. I love that, and you get the ball sound. It's very tense because you're in that box.
I feel like we're gonna have like Matthew McConaughey like energy if we get to do it.
That's true. Yeah. What was I saying? Shit. The rec center. You know, you work out at the rec center. I worked out in the Village, so it was a mixed bag of old white people and like a random Colombian guy and then like a crazy, like beaked up Logan Paul kind of guy.
Yeah.
And this Logan Paul guy would blare like Van Halen and whatnot, and then this Dominican guy would blare salsa, and we all hated both of them, but they'd be there on different days, and then one day they showed up together and both blared their music, so it was like, you know, Eddie Van Halen versus Merengue or whatever the hell. And they were like, what are you doing? He was like, what are you doing? And it was like the highlight of my life because I'm like, you're both assholes. You're both assholes, and now you get to see it.
And how did it end?
One guy was like stormed off and left, and the other guy kept his music. And in his mind, he's like, oh, I guess I won. I beat the bad guy. I'm like, you're the bad guy. You just can't tell.
That's the best. You like when the two, like, it's almost like seeing yourself in a bizarro mirror.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, this guy's an asshole. And then you're like, I'm an asshole.
Right. I wish they came
didn't
to
see
that.
though.
No, they're too far gone as assholes.
It's like the rude person on the plane who's like they've got an important business call, and you're just like, all right, dude, you're not that special.
Right.
Imagine if you could get cell phone service on flights. It would be
good
endless,
point,
dude.
Good point.
Because sometimes you're you're on Amtrak, and you're like, oh, I fucked up. I didn't sit in the quiet car. And there's just that dude just on the business call. And it's
I know.
You're not that fucking important.
Yeah. And just the attempt to be like, hang on, man, I'm on the train. I got to talk a little lower. That's all I need.
Yeah. If you even said that, I'll fucking So much respect.
So much respect. That goes a long way. But it's the idea, like, it's my train. No one else is on it. I do what I want. That's what kills me.
No one near me is important. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you got?
That's what it is. The worst. See, you're a bigger guy. Sometimes I'll give the dirty look, and they're like, some pussy gave me a dirty look. And I'm like, God damn it.
That happened to you?
Yeah, I've had that before.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which now I'm like, I wish I never gave the look, because now I'm even more embarrassed.
Nah, you got to give the look.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's important to give. They should at least know. Get enough hints. You're cracking the armor just a little bit. One day, hopefully, it'll break. But
yeah, good point. Hopefully. Well, what about the guy who plays the loud casino game on the bus? Bing, 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 bing. He's, you hear the coins.
It's your fault for being on the bus.
I guess so.
The bus is anybody's game. A train and plane, you gotta fucking
right.
But when you're on the bus, it's like, yeah, you're Subway's another one where it's like I can go on for days about the shit. Like, first off, the toenail clippers on the subway. Oof. I hope I'm not overstating. I think deserve the death penalty. And
yes.
I'm not talking about a lethal injection. I think they should be beheaded like ISIS.
Yes.
And then I think we should start with the toes and then cut their head off.
Yeah.
So then here's the other thing. The toenail clippers, the hot meal guy.
Ooh.
Don't bring your fucking halal on an enclosed space. I don't want to smell your food. It's rude.
Good point. Here, here. I love how we said that before the jerking off.
Yes.
The jerking off, I can handle that because it's.
I understand that.
Yeah, but the hot food, what are you, crazy?
The hot food is at least there's no smell to jerking off.
Depends on the season.
On the shower situation.
Yeah,
you're right.
But,
all right. No, the jerking off is worse, but only a little.
Yeah, I'll tell you a fun story. My parents were in town, which is always a nightmare. But they were in town, and I met my parents for dinner at this nice restaurant, and my mom was late, and she finally showed up, and she's like, "Sorry, I'm late. There was a guy masturbating on the car, staring at me in the subway car," and I was like, "What? Oh my gosh!" Because you just picture your poor mom and this guy with a huge dong like looking at her, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I felt violated and weird, and she was like, "Yeah, I just changed cars," and I'm like.
Yeah.
Why are you so fun? Every other girl's like, a guy looked at me and kissed me on the cheek, and I wanted to call the police. And I'm like, my mom's getting jerked off on, and she didn't even think about it.
Maybe she took the compliment. She kept moving.
Good point.
That's how you do it.
It is a compliment, and she's no prize either. I mean, she's got short hair, Crocs, red frame Coke bottle glasses.
There's a fetish for everything.
Good point. Yeah, he maybe had a MILF thing.
Maybe the thing is like I like women who look like they're into arts and crafts.
She does. She looks like an art teacher who makes like what do you call those, like pot holders?
A vase?
Yeah, well, those like cute yarn pot holders that can hold a pot.
I don't know.
She's very into that shit, like knickknacks.
It is. I mean, you just got to move you got to move. That's all you got to. I mean, it's a lot. You see a lot of people more now than ever is the people who are just losing their shit in public.
Yeah,
like this city broke people before the pandemic.
That's true. I wonder, and this is my dumb theory, and feel free to kick me in the balls here, but I think we're all our world is very what's the word? Not meticulated. Calculated? No. Caricatured? What's the come on, Sam. Thank you. Our world is very curated.
Okay.
Thank you. You got your profile, you got your Twitter page, you got your Grubhub coming with your order. I said gluten-free, no toast. It's all you.
It's your world.
Then you go out into the real world, and it's jerking off, it's toenail clipping, it's the mariachi band, and I think people snap a little.
For sure. It's you have it your way
yes.
all the time, more than ever. As you said, the world. You've curated. This is your own little world. Like,
right.
Everything is, even an algorithm is based for your satisfaction.
Great way,
Everything
example.
is for you,
Yes.
If Amazon, if you like this, you might also like this.
Exactly.
That doesn't happen on the subway. If you like peace and quiet, you might also like this guy showing you his butthole.
Right.
No, it's not how it goes. You can't control the world. And that
even dating apps.
Even dating apps.
Yeah, it's all for you.
But that lack of control makes people crazy, I think.
Yes, for sure.
But also, no one should have to see a guy jerking his dick off on a train.
But I mean, that's true. But it could be a different thing. It could be the Showtime guys, and And that's the beauty of life is it's a double-edged sword. Like there's horrible things, but there's also, I mean, you take an Amish guy and he's going to see the mariachi band on the train and be like, oh my God, this is the best entertainment I've ever seen and it's free? What?
Then he sees a BlackBerry and he goes, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, you might be Amish. You're still using a BlackBerry?
Dude, it's like, it is madness. When you get in the subway, you're like, this is crazy. I kind of like that it's still a mess a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's still a good thing. You need it. It levels everybody. Like you get a celebrity on that subway and he's just as down as you or down as anybody else.
It's fun when you see a celebrity on there.
Yeah.
Give me a good one you've seen.
I saw Seth Meyers on there when he was doing Weekend Update, like before the show, before the Late Show. So that was kind of cool. Like, wow, this is like a New York guy riding the subway,
sure.
and he's the Weekend Update anchor when SNL was like still SNL. Now we just know everybody on SNL and we know half the writers, so it doesn't feel special.
Yeah. I saw David Hyde Pierce like a few years ago. Frasier.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Very, very incognito. He's got his little glasses, or his hat down, glasses. But yeah, it was him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I smoked a cigar on the subway with Bill Burr once.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Empty?
Not really. I mean, it was 2 a.m. There was 7 guys on it, but we just tucked in the corner. We were smoking cigars after a show. Amazing night. We got drunk at some Mexican restaurant. Drank tequila all night.
Was this his West Side?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, that
I remember
taco
this night
place.
when you told me about it. Yeah.
Best night of my life, one of them. And then he got outside. He's like, here you go. And I was like, oh my God, we're smoking cigars. We're talking shit. And then he's like, I got to get back to my hotel. I didn't know it was this late. And I was like, well, I'm going that way too. And he goes, oh, let's get the train. So we're smoking in the subway. We're so drunk that we didn't even think about it. And we just got on the train.
Damn.
And we're just smoking in the train, but it was so late, nobody cared. So you're like, part of me was like, man, you're 52 or what has he got to be, 50 years
50
old?
maybe, I don't know, 49.
Yeah, so if you live like this now, I can't imagine how you lived in the when you were 30. It's kind of fun to think about. I love it.
It's cool that he's such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he must know that we look up to him.
Oh, yeah, I wrote out the gayest, longest, sappiest message after. Because, you're drunk, so you're, like, opening up. I was like, you don't know what you mean to me. Yeah, you changed my life. I love your comedy.
Your dick. I love you.
You want me to come over right now? I'll do it. And he wrote, like, thanks. But no, he was nice.
I love you, Kay.
Yeah, exactly. He was cool. He was very generous as well and all that. And,
he's the coolest.
See, that's what people don't get. Like a lot of these darker guys tend to be some of the darker on stage, tend to be like the nicest people in real life.
Yeah, I think that's where they get it out.
Exactly.
There's this Gustave Flaubert quote. I think I said it on the podcast before. It says, be violent in your work so you can be ordinary in your life. I think about that a lot.
Love it.
Get it out there.
Yeah.
And then be a decent human.
Exactly. It's like Tarantino has these people getting their heads cut off and, psycho scenes and blood, and he seems like a decent guy.
I was going to say, he seems like he probably has a bunch of Thai hookers in his hotel every night.
Yeah. But it's weird with comedy. I feel like we take it on the chest more.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to put it. But we take it on the chin more because we're just that
one guy. It was a crazy night with Burr.
Yeah. Yeah. Who am I? Odell Beckham? But give that a goog.
You don't get a lot of sports. I don't get a lot of sports references like that out of you.
Well, if you get shit on your chest, I'm going to remember you. I don't care about the touchdowns or the Heismans.
Man, what a weird guy to lose from. He was so exciting.
Yeah. Well, that chest thing was really
it's a weird rumor to get.
Yeah. He didn't deny it, but pretty fucked up.
This wine's hitting me nice.
I love it.
I'm bringing another bottle next week. Can we do it back-to-back wine weeks, or is that weird?
I don't know. I think we got to mix it up.
All right, we'll mix it up.
But I'm down.
I just like getting wine drunk.
Pirouettes. Yeah, this is great shit. Tutti Frutti.
Weird name.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a hard-edged guy drinking it, but I don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't give a shit if you're judging me in those YouTube comments, which Mark will certainly read.
That's true. And by the way, I read all the new ones. It's all about me reading the comments.
Really?
I know you're reading this, dickless. Get a life. And I would like it. I don't mind a ball busting in the comments. I'll take it, as long as it's not.
As long as it's from a good place.
Yeah.
Sometimes I crack up. I'll see him on Twitter more than that, obviously, and or Instagram, and they make me laugh sometimes when they shit on me.
Oh yeah.
As long as I can tell when it's coming from a nice place. That's what ball busting is. Like a lot of people don't know what ball busting is. you need to tell that the person's kidding.
Right.
Otherwise,
right.
you're just saying something shitty to another person.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And there's a difference between meanness and joke. If you just go like, you suck, or you're bad, or I hate you, that's not ball busting.
Yeah.
That's just being mean. Ball busting is some kind of zing or a twist. It's gotta be from the heart.
I was at the cellar the other night with Salacuse, our boy. We're filming something, and we roll up with Dom also, the other who did the drones on my last special, the roof special.
Oh yeah.
And we show up, and Joe DeRosa sees us, immediately goes, "What is this for your sidewalk special?" And maybe we all laugh pretty hard. I'm like, "That's how you ball bust."
That's great.
That's like, you're shitting on me, and there's truth to it, but it's not fucking just straight up cruel. That's how friends ball bust. Here's another thing I hate. Here's a peeve.
Oh, lay it
Ball
on me.
busting when people are just louder than you.
Oh, so true.
You didn't win because you talked over me, motherfucker.
Yes, so true. I saw a thing on the internet. I'm not going to say who it was, but this young guy was getting the best of this vet comedian, and the vet just got louder. And I'm like, this guy is actually funnier than you. You just know that, and so you're trying to drown him out.
Damn.
Yeah, it was ugly.
That's almost like in a wrestling match where like they've got you beat and you distract the ref and you just like hit him with a chair or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you stab them when no one's looking.
The end of Gladiator.
Yeah, basically. Hold on, let me give you my peeve. Oh boy, this is a girlfriend thing, and drives me nuts.
I feel like if we tracked all your peeves, they all go back to.
Well, she's a cute younger lady, so I feel like the world has been her oyster a little bit. So I get annoyed with how roses and fairy dust everything is, because I might have repaired a mortgage. But either way, this is the dumbest thing, but it drives me crazy. I hate a lot of questions because I hate saying I don't know. I feel guilty saying I don't know. So the more questions you ask that I don't know the answer to, I feel shittier by saying I don't know.
Give me an example.
Just like, hey, what's the capital of Turkey? And I'm like, and I'll look it up because I don't want to say I don't know. I feel like too many people give you an I don't know, and it's just like kind of a throwaway. Like, hey, what color's your shirt? I don't know. And I don't want to be that guy. So I want to be nice and try to help and say something, but
it's weird when people ask anything when Google exists.
Well, that's true too. But she'll ask me questions that there's no way I can know the answer to. And I'm like, what are you doing? How would I know this?
What is this, like fucking pop quiz Jeopardy?
Nah, it's not malicious. Here's an example. A package will come for her, and I'll there's a package for the gal. I'll bring it up to her, see what it is, and I walk in and I go, hey, you got a package. She goes, what is it? I don't fucking know. It's a package. But it's that shit all the time.
What is it?
What is it? I'm like, I don't know. It's a box. It's a cardboard box with your name on it. You open it. But I just go, I don't know. You open it. The other day, our cat knocked over something in the other room. It was like, psh, and she was like, what was that? I don't know. It's in the other room. Like, how can I know that? We both are in the same boat here. We got to go look at it.
What was that? Let me use my X-ray vision real quick.
Exactly. You. So now I'm the guy going, I don't know.
And she's so like, funny that you have a cat. You so don't strike me as a cat guy.
Not a cat. I grew up with cats, but you got to see me at 4 a.m. I'm making love to this thing. I love it. I'm in my underwear, squeezing it and rubbing it, and the cat's got one leg up, and I'm in the gut. It's great. But all the other parts sucks, the shitting and the litter.
Does the cat claw up your furniture?
Not at all. We got lucky. It's like a great cat. It's never hissed. It's never clawed. It's never bitten.
Is it declawed?
No, just a house cat that's real chill and laid back.
Damn. See, if I had someone who stayed home and took care, but what do you do when she goes on the road with you?
We have her friend comes by, and they're all like broke comics, so they're like, we get to stay in the village for a weekend? Hell yeah.
Nice.
And they just take care of the cat.
Are you worried that they're banging in your bed, though?
I gave one of them the business. Like, you better not be fucking any disgusting open micers in here. I don't even want any open micers in my home. And she was like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like, hey, I got to be honest about this.
Yeah, I just think banging in the bed. It's like, that's your bed. That's where you sleep. Even if you change the sheets,
I don't like it. I don't even like them sleeping there, to be honest. So it's already a push. So I was.
But you get the cat is not. It's a nice touch. You get a little.
It's a nice touch.
Companionship late at night.
Exactly.
I would love a pet. I love in The Long Goodbye. Elliot Gould's got that little cat.
Yes, it's nice.
It's fun. Cats are they get so people. Oh, you're a cat guy. Cats are cool because to me, I'm not saying they're better than dogs, but they're low maintenance. Dogs are
That's
like
what it is.
Dogs are like walk me twice a day. Where cats are like, I'll shit in this box, do your thing.
Right.
I like that. I like that I can kind of go away. Cats are like cool chicks where like you can just text like, you up?
That's exactly it.
And dogs are like, you better fucking commit.
Yeah. Why aren't you texting me? Why aren't you texting me? You don't get those 30 texts and you're like, Jesus Christ.
What are we?
Exactly. I mean, a cat's cool and it doesn't jump on you when you walk in like a dog does and you're like, all right, take it easy. It's nice that you're happy to save me, but give it a second.
I realize why I have a lot of relationship problems now that I like cats.
Yeah. You got to earn it with a cat.
Cats push you away the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. That could be a bit. But yeah, cat's great. Low energy, low key. Just wants to look out the window, sits on the sill and watches TV with you.
They're great animals.
Great animals. And there's so much hate for a cat.
I don't get it. I think it just became hip to hate a cat.
I think it did. Yeah, it was like Dane Cook. It just became cool to hate him. But the cat's great. Everybody likes it. It's nice. It doesn't bother. I do podcasts at my house, and the cat just sits there and listens to us. Hard to make laugh, though. Can't get the cat to laugh. But I'll take it. But yeah, great cat. You don't want to be a cat lady. That's the problem.
Well, is a cat man better? I think if you're just alone with a cat, you get that rap. I don't think it's gender specific, really. Cat lady gets the shit, but it's like if you have multiple cats.
That's what it is, the multiple.
Yeah, if you just have one cat, I mean, shit, who cares?
It's great.
If you have multiple pets, that's tough.
Nah, cats are cool. It's like living with a pillhead. They just hang loose. They sleep a lot. They don't talk. It's great. It's like Stephen Wright in Half Baked.
I was just gonna say that. That's fucking hilarious.
Wow,
that our
were you
minds
really?
went to the same place.
Wow.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I was this close.
That's great. Yeah, cats are fun.
He's great in that movie.
Bad rep. You know what it is? It's insecurity because the dog runs up and licks your face. It's humping your leg. It's going nuts. The cat, you're like, nothing? And you're like, hey, how about you make it like you? So
earn it.
Yeah.
I like it. No, I'm into it. We're going to get, I know we're going to get shit on this one.
I know.
But I like dogs too. I'm just saying cats get unnecessary hate.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
And I feel like in Manhattan, I don't want to abuse a dog by keeping it in a tiny apartment for 24 hours a day or whatever.
I was in college. I lived with two guys, I remember, and one of them had a dog that he rescued from it was a rescue dog, and the dog was abused. And I'll say this, like, it was sad, it was skittish, but you never had to tell that dog anything twice. It was kind of nice.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You fucking were like, don't do that. It was like, and I'm like, this dog listens. I'll tell you that much.
That's great.
But yeah, you do feel bad. You're like, fuck, abuse animals. Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Who hits an animal?
I've seen it in real time, and you're like, this guy. It's like being mean to the waiter, where you're like, you're off.
I want to fucking fight a dude who.
I know,
and I can't even fight, but I want to get in there.
Yeah, it's not good. It's like hitting a kid or a baby.
Yeah,
not a fan. Or those. Remember when I was growing up, they always said the guy would blow weed on the dog or pour beer in his bowl. And
don't
you're like,
make the fucking dog your drug buddy.
Exactly.
Get a fucking real drug buddy.
Yes, there's a lot of guys out there who want to do drugs. Don't make the dog do it.
It's so easy to find a guy to give weed to.
Yeah, men love weed.
What, do you have any Rex or no?
I do, but I'm scared to say it because I feel like they should sponsor us and maybe give us money, so I don't want to give them a free plug.
All right, so let's not give it to them.
All right.
Good idea. We'll talk about it after. I have one, too, that I think should be plugging us, and I don't want to give it to him. I wonder if we have the same thing.
Oh, I doubt it.
We'll find out.
Mine's
after.
pretty obscure.
All right.
Let me give you one more peeve with the girlfriend, and then I'll leave it alone.
I love it.
All right.
I'm like a fly on the wall here.
Well, you've had many ladies in your day, so you know what I'm going through here. But this is a gal thing, so all you ladies listening, get your shit together with this one. I don't know if I've said this on the pod. I hope not. But she loves the whole, you're leaving? I'll leave with you. And you're like, okay. I got a 5:30 appointment at the doctor, so I'm leaving at 5. I planned it all out. I got my whole day. And she's like, oh, you're leaving? I'm like, yeah, I'm walking out. It's 4:59. I'm walking out the house. She's like, I'll go with you. I got to go get some batteries or whatever it is. Run an errand. I'm like, all right. But then that means do her makeup, hop in the shower, do the hair, get your shoes. Where's my good shoes? Where's my heels? I'm like, I don't know. And now it's 5:15, And I'm on the couch watching Matlock, waiting for her to, get it together while we leave because we had to leave together.
This happened in 1992.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm so with you on this one. The leaving is the leaving. I'll leave with you is we're leaving now.
Now you got to get up and leave.
Man, it's also like, and I'm not even blowing you, women, with this shit, but like, you look great.
Yeah.
You don't need to take 30 minutes on makeup. You look fine, honestly.
Totally.
And it drives me insane. I remember I had a girlfriend once, and we had Lakers. I might have said this on the podcast. We'd get drunk every week on this, but I had a girlfriend, and we had Lakers tickets, like good seats.
You did tell you this.
Yeah. The whole point is, she took forever to get ready. We get there in the late second quarter, and I'm like, give me a fucking break. I've told this for sure.
Yeah, that's
like,
brutal.
Don't do this with fucking Kobe's farewell season on the line here, for fuck's sake.
Oh, this is why the copter went down. I mean, it's things like this.
That's not true.
That's
true. Not confirmed.
But I'm just saying, like, time is a factor. Now I sound like the wolf again from Pulp Fiction. Time is a factor. We have to be Kurt. If I'm Kurt with you, it's because time is a factor. It's just... I respect time. I'm like, hey, 5 o'clock, that's when I leave. That's what I've been planning all day. I got to be at the doctor at 5:30, maybe even a little earlier. So, like, you're being kind of rude because you're making me late to something.
But we are also very aware of time because we get a set time at a club.
Right.
8:35 p.m. We get there 8:25, 8:30.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be... So that's almost like program me to be very punctual. Always.
True.
So... when people are not punctual, it makes me a little crazy.
Same. And the funny thing is people go, oh, you get there a little early because you don't want to miss your set. Like, no, I get there a little early because I don't want to ruin the show and fuck up everything and have people not be able to rely on me. It's more than just missing the set.
I don't want the host to freak out. Where are you?
Yes!
You're just trying to make people's lives easier. Whereas most jobs, you can show up, you get there at 10 a.m. You can show up at 10:15 and no one gives a shit. You can't do that with stand-up.
That's true. Good point. I mean, I will say I was at the Miami Improv and they were bending over backwards like, thank you so much for being on time. Thank you for not going long. And I'm like, Jesus, what kind of comics are here?
Who was here last weekend? Paul Mooney?
I know. I didn't want to say it, but yeah. I mean, it must be a lot of that kind of stuff. And they were like, oh, just thank you.
Paul Mooney's a legend, but I remember he would show up to Caroline's. Like he would show up like an hour late where the host is like, I've done an hour.
Yeah, I know. Great for the host. You get so much time, but
if you're young. But
if you're young.
I don't know if you, but it's also scary when you don't prepare an hour. You're like, I'm going to do 15, and then they're like, just keep going. You're like, all right.
Yeah, I don't even have an hour. I'm 2 years in or whatever. Yeah. But it was a lot of like Mencia type stuff where he would do 2 hours and there's a show after him and that kind of thing.
I remember one time I'm at the Cellar and I'm hanging with like Keith Robinson and a few. I don't remember who else was there, but it was like a good group of comics were kicking it. And Carlos Mencia walks in and he had lost a lot of weight. We didn't recognize him. So Keith goes, oh, look, it's Mike Vecchione. Like, and we all laugh. It's another comic who's like a thinner,
fit
guy. And then Mencia, like, it kind of was probably awkward. And we're talking, I remember it was years ago, probably like 9 years ago or something. And we were like, oh, what does a comic make if they sell out Gotham Comedy Club for a weekend? We're all kind of like asking. We're like, I don't know. And then Mencia just leans over the table, $75K.
Damn.
That's what I get.
That's him in a nutshell.
And we all kind of look at him like, but we still don't respect you. And then I remember I was like, you know what? Let me see him on stage. Let me see how he is. I gave it like 3 minutes and it was fucking dog shit.
Damn. Well, there you go.
Knew that.
Of course. But yeah, I just didn't want to say it into a microphone. But yeah.
well, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, I guess so. I've heard some horror stories, like my friend opened for him and he made him sell merch and didn't give him any money for it and all that. And then he would be like, you're lucky I gave you some exposure tonight. And he's like, I'm a working comic. Like, what are you talking about?
Jesus.
Yeah, this weekend was a nightmare. And
then he stole like 4 of his jokes?
Yeah, exactly.
You're lucky I gave you exposure. I'm taking your opener, your closer, and 2 of your jokes in the middle.
I know. It's a weird business. But, hey, we're lucky to be a part of it. Do we have an ad? Oh, we don't. Okay, just checking.
We might have to plug it in. I'm sure we'll have one by then. So, all right.
We'll plug.
It'll be an awkward cut from here.
Yeah. Hey, folks. We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Fireside Cocktails. Love the Fireside. I got 2 on my bar cart right now, and that's what you made it, folks. When you're on the bar cart, you're in the house, you're in my belly. Fireside is a cocktail in a bottle, not a mixer. It's the whole kit and caboodle. Get your favorite cocktail delivered directly to your door, completely ready to drink. Just add ice. Fireside makes small batch cocktails with high quality ingredients that taste like you're getting an expensive drink from a snooty speakeasy. I keep it on the cart. I'm with the lady. I'm like, you want a Negroni? She's like, sure. I go in the kitchen. I crack some ice. I shake it up. I put it in there. She thinks I'm a mixologist.
She thinks you're Tom Cruise in Cocktail.
Yes.
Except
not a Scientologist.
It's amazing. You just pour it over ice. It's perfect for this. We're in the studio.
Yes.
We don't have to bring a bunch of ingredients here.
So true.
It's nice. You pour it over drinks. You have a girl over. You're just like, she's like, I want a cocktail. You don't have to go and take 20 minutes to make it. I don't know how long it takes you, whatever, but the Negroni's a knockout. Not an easy one to get right, but they nailed it. I love a Negroni. Love a Manhattan, too. Manhattan's my favorite. Negroni might be my second favorite.
Yeah, they got both, and they both taste great.
But that's it. Fireside Cocktails, as good as it gets. Best bars in the world, and this, you can enjoy this whenever, wherever. They've taken the guesswork out of it. You're the bartender, but they're really the bartender. So it's kind of nice.
Uh-huh.
And go get drunk on us. Fireside Cocktails at drinkfireside.com. Use the code DRUNK for you get a 10% off right there. Fireside.com. Use the code DRUNK. 10% off. Support them because they support us. Drinkfireside.com. This is great stuff. If you have your friends over, if you have a lady over.
Yes.
And you just want a quick quality cocktail. And let's be real, you do.
Of course. I feel like this Fireside mix, it's almost like the air fryer of drinks. I want something top-notch, good that I could never make, but with them, now I can do it.
I love it.
It tastes great, goes down great, just get ice. Anybody can do it. Get on it. Back to the show.
Let me think what I have. I listened to Brubaker.
Oh, Brubeck.
Brubeck, sorry. Excellent, loved it. I've heard him. I knew that music for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty famous.
Yeah, I definitely knew the music, but like Take 5?
Take 5.
Incredible.
I don't know if you've seen the Ebert doc, but
I heard it's great.
You haven't seen it? Life Itself. It's so good. I was a huge Siskel and Ebert guy as a kid.
Oh, they were great. I mean, they were so good together, and I much preferred Ebert, but
I
think everyone did, but but they were so good. It's great that they were rivals, and that dive bar in Chicago.
Yes. Oh,
what's it called again?
Called?
The Green Awning. It's around the block from Zany's.
I know exactly. And the tamale guy comes in real late. Oh, it's got all the caricatures on the wall of
Old
Chicago. Old Town Ale House. That's it.
One of the greatest dive bars of all time.
Great
Bourdain
place.
did an episode there too. The nude photo paintings.
Yes. And it's like Trump and Bill Murray and John Candy. It's all these Chicago legends in there. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was there, I'd be working with like Adam Burke.
Yeah.
Really funny Irish guy, and we worked and we'd get fucking housed there.
And it's not expensive. It feels divey. The chairs are creaky. The floors are sticky.
The best bar. And that was
really
Ebert's
great.
spot.
That was Ebert's spot.
Tell me about the doc.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it kind of chronicles the whole show. Like, he was a writer at The Sun, and he just worked his way up, and then he fell in love with movies, and he became the movie critic, and then he got the show with Siskel. They hated each other. They go all into that. They got behind-the-scenes stuff where they're like, cut. Yeah, fuck you. Don't ever talk to me like that again. Fuck you, you fat piece of shit. He's like, all right, whatever. You suck. You're a hack. And then you're like, whoa, they show all that. And then Siskel was kind of a badass, by the way, outside the show. Yeah, he was like at the Playboy Mansion, big coke guy. Yeah.
Weird.
Fun. You wouldn't know it. He looked like some dweeb Poindexter guy with the suit on. But
they end up being friends in the end, or what?
They end up being friends in the end, and they, I guess, both got cancer.
Crazy. Well, Siskel and Ebert, great cameo. I think one of the most underrated shows of all time. Every episode is on YouTube.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, The Critic.
Yes, so funny.
James L. Brooks, and I think it was Mike Reese and Al Jean from The Simpsons.
The Simpsons guys, yeah.
But it's 2 seasons, and it's one of the best pilots for a show ever. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
just killer.
It was too smart, I think, for because everybody's like, oh, I love The Simpsons, but this I don't get because it's all references.
Fucking John Lovitz, dude.
Killed it.
Just gold.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah,
it stinks.
That show deserved more. So it's on YouTube if you haven't seen it. You know what? Fuck it. That's my rec this week. Watch the pilot on YouTube.
Ooh, good one.
It's on YouTube. It is one of the most perfect pilots because you get who everyone. There's a Duke Phillips character. He's the boss. He's this rich, ripped asshole.
Yeah,
but it's almost like if you like Jack Donaghy on 30 Rock, Alec Baldwin's character, you'll like this is like this character before that.
Right.
But he's like a Southern boy.
Yeah.
And it opens. This is how he's introduced. A woman walks up to him. She's a reporter. She goes, Duke Phillips, you're a captain of industry. You're incredibly wealthy. You were great in bed last night. That's how it opens. And he just goes, I have no one to envy. I envy other people having me to envy. Name a better way to introduce a character.
Yeah. Killer. John Lovitz was great. They'd they'd make fun of everybody on the show, all the actors.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. So of its time, too. So 90s. Great show.
And there's a Siskel and Ebert episode in season 2. It's pretty fun. But like, goddamn it. It was almost like Family Guy before Family Guy. They did so many cutaways.
A lot of cutaways. That's so true. And it was darker and it felt a little more adult than other cartoons.
And they shit on movies.
Yes.
If you like movies, you'll like that. There's like a Marlon Brando thing. There's they
Orson Welles,
the fish sticks.
Yeah, the fish sticks. So good, but
fuck.
I don't know if younger people will even get the show because it's so many old references. But that was back when movies were like part of the zeitgeist. It was part of the world. Like you'd go back to school on Monday and be like, you saw Jurassic Park? Oh my God. That was all part of the world now. Now it's like, oh yeah, what was that? Is that on Hulu? I don't know. I don't have Hulu, and it's all different now. It felt we were more, I don't know, we were more together as a country, I think a little more. But now we're all splintered. It was like, you got your podcast, you listen to that. I'm reading this book. What channel is that on? Oh, I don't have Apple TV. Everybody's got their own thing now.
Yeah, it's funny. I was just in the Apple store, and it's like they're showing like that morning show thing. I'm like, oh, this show looks good. I'm like, will I ever watch it? Probably not.
Probably
it
not.
Looks good. This looks like a good show.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to be about like Matt Lauer, right? That type of vibe. Steve Carell's basically Matt Lauer.
Yeah, that's
I bet there's a good show.
That does sound good.
Never
going to watch it.
Probably never going to watch it, but multiple people have told. Hanley just told me it was good.
Okay. I hear Ted Lasso's amazing. I'll probably never watch that.
Problem with Apple is they have like 6 shows. And they're like, subscribe. And you're like, you've heard of Netflix, HBO, Amazon, and Hulu, right? They have more than 6.
Right. You got to build a catalog here. At least buy some. Get Family Ties on there just so you can have more shit. Jesus. That's why YouTube is always the number one for me. It's like The Critic, Larry Sanders. I can watch every Siskel and Ebert ever on YouTube. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the Siskel and Eberts are cool. I remember watching one. I would watch a lot of them. I love their Midnight. They do a great review of Midnight Run, but I remember when Casino came out.
Yes.
Siskel shits all over it.
Yes.
And Ebert's like, are you out of your mind? Like, name 10 better movies in this
I know,
year. And
but
you can't even give this a good review.
He pulls off the whole, it's Goodfellas again. It's a little bit too similar. And you're like, I know, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember dating someone and we saw The Irishman first.
Yeah.
That was the only Scorsese movie she'd seen.
Ooh.
Right?
Tough start.
Yeah. So then I think Irishman is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. But compared to his other shit.
Yeah, but then she saw Goodfellas. She's like, oh, this is good. And I'm like, yeah. But then she saw Casino. She's like, I can't do it. And she's like, it's all the same movie.
It's so not true. It's just the similar actors and the similar cuts.
The voiceover and it's like,
yeah, good point.
It's like do 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 do,
yeah,
do 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 do, Earth Angel,
yeah, a lot of Motown,
and then everything ever since Tommy was a good fella.
Yeah,
that's like 4 movies.
Good point.
Ever since, I still love them all, but you can't deny the similarity.
Right.
What do you think? So Scorsese, do you like when he would do weird movies? Like, do you like After Hours?
I love After Hours.
How about King of Comedy?
I love King of Comedy.
Same. I love them both.
Yeah, I like any movie that has some style to it, like it has a vision to it, which I don't really think you see anymore. There's so much Marvel shit. We always go back to movies in this pod.
We love movies.
Yeah.
This is like an unofficial movie pod, but that's cool. I mean, we talk about a ton of other shit.
Yes.
But like we're observational comics. We love movies. We love comedy. It's going to come back to that. But I remember Salakis was telling me, like, you've talked about this. You were doing a New Orleans After Hours style.
Yes.
Like, you need to do. I could see you being that type of character where you're out all night in New Orleans and it's a wacky. I could see horrible shit happening to you where you're like the kind of Buster Keaton type of character where you're like, you can't control the craziness going around you, and you're kind of like the bad shit happens to you, and you just have to deal with it.
Yeah, totally. And that's what the guy was watching After Hours. He's a fan of my comedy. He's like, this is a movie. And he just called me. I didn't know who he was, and I was like, I like it.
Are you doing it?
We're going to do it, yeah. We found 2 guys to write it. They love the idea, and they're writing it right now.
Damn. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Who knows if we'll ever sell it, but it's a work in progress. You know how it goes.
We got to make our own shit, man.
Yeah, we got to get creative. We got to hustle, and it's a little exhausting, but
we're
it's
tired.
worth it.
And we're drunk, and but honestly, man, like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm seriously just getting back on the road, and I'm so happy to be back. It's
great to be back, isn't it? You feel like you have purpose again. You're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I just don't know how to write without torturing myself like this, because I think the thing is, if I don't force myself to do this many sets, I'm not going to hate myself for not having enough new shit, and I'm not going to just have it.
Yeah.
I need to fall ass backwards in the jokes, dude.
Yeah, same. That's the weird thing about creativity is you can't really you can force getting a joke to be better and rewriting and tweaking, but you can't force an idea.
Yeah.
An idea's got to just hit you when it hits you. It's the stars have to align. You're in the shower. You're like, that's it. It's about the midget, and then it all comes together. But you can't really force it.
You're like Ray Liotta and Goodfellas. The midget. The midget.
What does he say? Karen? No, what's he's saying someone's
They
name.
pulled the heist off.
The Lufthansa. Yeah. True heist, by the way.
What do you think? Yeah, it's weird how much jokes hit me in the shower, and I think it's because it's like one of the last places we don't have access to our phone.
I think it's so
Once
true.
the phones become fully waterproof, it's over.
Oh, God, don't even tell me that. I've already put my phone on the side of the wall and like play a podcast while I shower. I'm like,
really?
God, I'm an addict. Yeah, it's bad.
I'll do music sometimes. I'll do jazz sometimes. 'Cause I'm like, I can't do words right now unless I need like a pump up. I need a boost, and I'm about to do a show.
Yeah, jazz is the best. I'll tell you another band. Here's a rec for you. Sales. That's the name of a band. Sales. Sales. Great, just chill music. Not high energy, not too low, but just like great background, hangout, kind of loungy music. It's almost jazzy, but a little more poppy, rocky. It's great.
I'm going to listen to it.
Check out Sales if you want some low-key, just chill music.
I'm pumped. I want to hear it. Have you listen to Oscar Peterson too from last week? You'll like
him.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
Oscar. If you like Brubeck, you'll like him.
I'll do an Oscar Peterson. I'm a big Pandora guy, so I got all my stations. So I'll just make one for him.
I haven't done Pandora forever.
I'm old school. I like Pandora. I stick with it. I hate the ads, but I like that it mixes it up a little.
Pay. So what is it, like $2 a month?
No, is it? It's got to be 10.
Is that breaking your bank?
Well, I don't want to get a credit card out, fill it in. Oh, you got the QR code wrong or the CVR or whatever the back. I don't know. I'm horrible at filling anything out.
I feel like this is going to take you less than a minute.
Everybody says that. It's kind of like a cooking show. They go, oh, it's so easy to make a quiche. You can make this in 10 minutes. And I'm like, I crack an egg. It lands on my foot. The oven doesn't work. The paprika goes everywhere. It's never easy.
Is this? Yeah, I don't know, man.
I tried to sign up for Robinhood. They're like, we're going to process your shit.
What's that?
That's the stocks, the app, the stock app.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to buy some crypto. I'm going to get some Dogecoin and take over the world. And 20 minutes later, I'm like, I need a bank statement. Is this a bank statement? No, that's my Social Security.
Life is exhausting.
It's exhausting. Then you forget the password, and it's a nightmare.
You're like me in that anytime you're not doing something comedy related or working on stand-up, you feel like you're wasting time.
I'm wasting time, and I'm not good at it.
I'm the same way. If I'm not working on a bit or working on something that is joke related, I'm annoyed.
I'm the same way. That's why I tweet so much, because I'm like, all right, this counts as a joke, and I just kind of relax for a second. It's a horrible way to live, but I guess it creates work.
Yeah, we're broken.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's why the ladies hate us. We produce fun work, but
should we do emails?
Oh yeah, we'll do an email. This is this is basically the Patreon. You email us, we read them, we comment, we riff, we chat, we chop it up. Send us your peeves, your wrecks, your drinks, anything you got.
Yeah, we should wrap it up soon. But okay, peeves from Corey Reeves. I like
Ooh,
it.
good rhyme.
That's a segment. When two people sit on the same side of the booth at a restaurant, and singing happy birthday to an adult at a restaurant.
I'm
okay with the booth. I mean,
I'm okay with the
it's your booth. You do
Here,
whatever you
here.
want.
It's your booth.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I'm definitely fine with the booth sitting, but here's where I go. I've been drinking. Here's where I go with the birthday thing. I prefer a man. I like a guy. The exact correlation to how much I like a guy is to how much he celebrates his birthday.
That's a good point.
If a guy's like all over his birthday, hey, it's my birthday coming up. We got to go crazy. We got to do this. I'm like, you're dead to me. If a guy's like, it's my birthday today, I'm like, I love you.
And also, if it's like a birthday where you're like, hey, let's just get do lunch with 4 people. That's like a great birthday. Why would you do like a 30-person birthday?
So
I'm with
true.
you. I've never been a big people that celebrate their birthday. You know what though? We get a lot of attention.
Good
I mean, it's
point.
the same reason that you and I never want a big wedding. It's
Hate
the
a
same
big
reason we don't
wedding.
want a big birthday.
We get enough.
We do stand up every night. It's kind of like
People are applauding.
And birthdays are going to stress us out way more than a show. It's
Oh.
just people like, I'm here. And we're like, fuck. All right. I got to deal with this over here. This guy's from summer camp. This guy's from school. This guy's
Right.
a comedian. I got to work on all 3. You're just working a room. You're like, kill me.
It's a nightmare.
I never want a big
That's
birthday.
Great point. There's an episode of Seinfeld where they're all in Jerry's apartment, and Kramer's like, oh, birthdays are the worst. You got to talk to everybody. All your friends are there that you don't even like. And Jerry goes, yeah, every day's my birthday. Because they're all in his house. It's a great joke. But yeah, it's so true. Birthdays are hell, and we get a ton of attention. And I was always like, why do people like a big wedding? It's a nightmare. It's always some bridezilla. Her hair's on fire. She's running
They
around.
never look happy at the wedding.
They never look
They're
happy.
happy for the first hour because they're married.
Yes.
Have you seen them by the end of the night? They're just like, get me out of here.
I know.
It's like a fucking hostage video.
I know. And then they always end up in like the office of the building, and they're like, I need a minute. I'm like, that's my whole life. You in that office.
That's your next special title. I need a minute.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
I need a minute. The 59 of them are horrible. I need one good one. But yeah. Oh, I had a point. Yeah, the birthday thing. If you celebrate your birthday too much.
It's another good title.
What?
I had a point.
I had a point. I lost it. But yeah, the birthday guy who needs to celebrate his birthday. I'm like, come on, man. You're right. It's a small gathering. Let's get lunch. Let's hang out.
It's my birthday week.
Ooh, that's a red flag.
Eat the fattest part of my ass. It's my birthday. Let me come up with 7 excuses real quick. It's your birthday week. Shut up.
What do you think about a destination wedding? I mean, it's
never. I mean,
it's crazy.
By the way, it's a destination wedding if I have to buy a plane ticket. I don't care if you live in another state. It's still a destination. I still have to travel.
That's a great point.
But if you do it in like we're getting married in Rome, I'm like, oh, cool. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm happy to lose this friendship.
Right, Bronx.
Unless you don't mind if I don't go. If they don't mind, I mean, look, if that's your wedding, that's your day. If you want to be an extravagant twat,
yes,
enjoy it.
Yes,
the both of you.
Extravagant twat, great special. But yeah, I'm with you. Rome, like, also no gift. The flight was a gift.
Yeah,
I can't bring you a charcuterie plate or whatever the hell, a mixer, or a blender. I went to Rome.
Yeah,
that's it.
I bought you a toaster. I'm gonna throw it in your tub later tonight.
It's a Restoration Hardware. You're gonna like it for 2 seconds while you roast.
Yeah, I hate. Oh, I hate it all. I mean, I feel like it's been done to death, but I really hate a destination wedding.
Yeah, but you're right though. People don't ever get that attention, so this is their moment. This is their moment. Special.
But then, it's funny. It's like the way we get smothered when we're at a show and we're like, fuck, here, that you could see it turn for them where they're like, this was going to be great. And then there is a moment at that wedding where they all are like, fuck, this is annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine if you did a show and like, it's annoying already the groups of friends you have to like kind of divvy up and figure out to make work.
Right.
And there's always that friend that you kind of have to look after.
Yes.
There's some friends that come out and you can kind of be like, all right, well, they can figure it out. They can, They're charming. They can shoot the shit. They can work a room. Mm-hmm. But then there's one friend who like just hangs on your arm.
Yes.
And you're like, fuck, I'm babysitting now too. This is crazy. And then, add your grandmother and aunt and then like your partner's family to that. It's way harder.
Way harder. And I'll throw this out there, and this is going to rustle some feathers, but Ruffle. Thank you. Russell Crowe. Ruffle feathers is the people who, we talk about how much I hate people coming late. People who come early is also bad.
Yeah.
Like the guy, I had a video shoot last week, and my friend, he's like, I'll be at your house by 9 a.m. So I said, all right, 9 a.m. It's pretty early, but we got to do the shoot. I get it. We're starting early. Going to get ahead of it. Calls me at 8:10.
Oh, my God.
I'm in your neighborhood. I'm like, those 50 minutes are so precious. It's 8 in the morning. I need every minute. I got to milk it. You said 9 a.m. I planned on 9 a.m. And I told him that. And he was like, I get it. You said 9 a.m. So poor guy had to walk around and get a bagel. But
poor guy. Should have planned his time better.
I know. You're
the poor guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a good friend.
Get a fucking oatmeal, motherfucker.
Yeah. Get an orange juice and a coffee. I got 50 minutes, and I'm going to meditate and
Were you
jerk
able to fall
off.
back asleep?
No. God, no. I can't fall back asleep.
My sleep schedule is a disaster.
Same. I slept till 10 today, and that was like a miracle.
I either wake up at like 8:45 or noon. There's no middle ground. It's gotten dark.
Well, the booze doesn't help the sleep cycle.
Booze is horrible for sleeping.
It's
you ever
bad
take
for most
booze
things.
and melatonin, and you're like, I just had a dream I was getting stabbed by like a bunch of little monkeys. Like, this can't be healthy. They're just like stabbing you. You're like, oh, and then you wake up and you're like, that was 3 hours, I think. That was rough.
You know what that means? Your mom is smothering. You love the guy with the dream book? Oh, yeah.
I had a bit I was working on about this.
Oh, really?
It hit Monday. It hadn't been hitting, but it was about how did I ever tell you this joke?
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Oh, we got to do a bit. Jesus.
Maybe that's the one I'll do. I wonder if I've done it on here. Let me look.
I love facial recognition, by the way. This saves me all the passwords. Just the face. I'm like, thank God.
Isn't that nice? I just do the finger. I don't know.
Oh, the finger's good too. Yeah. That sounds weird.
It does sound weird. This was I dream about dead rodents, and I looked what up. I might have done this on the pod before, but
I've never heard it.
But you're also a drunk.
True.
It just said, I looked up, it said, could signify new beginnings. That's what dead rodents could be. I'm like, cool, could we get a different delivery system?
Right.
Like, I just had a dream about babies getting stabbed in the face. You're like, ooh, romantic possibilities await.
That's great.
Have I done that on this, Harry?
I've never heard it.
All right, good.
That's funny.
I'll bring it back. I was going to drop it. I did it at Will's City Winery show on Monday, and I was not doing great in that hit. I'm like, all right, we got him back. That's
one good thing about doing a lot of sets. You're like, let me try this super old bit that was kind of shaky, and then boom, you fix it.
Boom.
Is this anything? So, excuse me, I was doing a bunch of racial material at a show, and this black guy yelled out, he goes, "You're white. What do you know about racism?" And I riffed. I was like, well, I think we're the best at it. And it got a huge laugh. What's that?
We invented it?
Yeah, like we're the best at it. I'm an expert. What are you talking about? Like, which one is it? Are we, racist, or are we not know anything about racism? So I see his point, obviously, but I thought it could be a fun joke. Like, what do you know about racism? Well, I think we're the best.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm an expert.
What did Michael Jordan know about basketball?
Right.
I don't know. Seemed like he kept winning at it.
Yeah, exactly. Not that I like Michael Jordan. I mean, he's black. But yeah, could be something there.
Racism, yeah. There's something funny about this bit.
I hope so.
We invented. Yeah, we're the best at it.
Yeah, like we're like sous chefs. We're going. That's a little like it's like wine. I'm like
it's
a
all
wino.
Thing where you're also trying to not do it, but you know that you guys are.
It's an interesting joke because it's teetering on a couple different things.
It's like if a chef was trying not to cook something and he kept doing it.
Right, yeah. We're great at, it's almost like Rambo or something like that, where like, you got to come back out there and like, you're the best, man, you're the best. And we're like, no, I shouldn't. Like, no, you're great at this. Where they have to pull the commando out of the log cabin in the woods because he's too good. We need you.
It's got to be something about getting rid of it, though. Hey, you're trying not to do it. Maybe other people are doing it because you don't want to make it about you. Mm-hmm. You want to make it about other people. Like, it's almost like it's like you're a chef and that's the brunch menu. You're like, we're not proud of this, but this is kind of our leftovers.
Oh, interesting.
This is leftovers from.
Yeah.
It's like leftovers from the other generation. You kind of maybe make it about like past generations. We're trying to we're trying to wean off this, but we still need to get customers. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I don't know how to say it.
Maybe it's kind of too. I mentioned this last week. Like Frank Abagnale is great at check fraud, but he's like, I'm trying to stop. And they're like, yeah, but the FBI wants you. So like I could go in and help, in a way. Like I'm good at this horrible thing, which is immoral, but
you're not good at being racist. Like,
I know,
that's
that's
the
true,
other thing.
that's
Is like, you don't
true.
want to make it like that. I think is the
That's a
flaw
good
with
point.
the premise. Like, you don't want to be like, you're not a racist guy.
No.
So I think you don't make that part of the bit. I think
Right.
the bit has got to be like,
That's
like I'm
true.
good at it, and everyone's like, what? What are you?
Right.
It's got to be like,
Yeah, it's tough because we're the best. White people are the best at racism.
I would say historically we're the best. I don't want to make it about now.
Aha. That's good. Historically, we're the best at it. I mean,
Yeah.
check the history books.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Right. There's a lot of documentation of us.
What's something we're
Killing
working
it.
on? Think about what we're working on.
What are we working on? Climate change.
It's kind of like obesity.
Oh,
We're doing our best, but every once in a while you see a guy and you're like, ooh, that ain't good.
right. The only problem is no one ever says.
Either way, it's in Florida.
That's not a bad tag. All right, I'll noodle, but that's a good. Historically, is a good way to go with it.
Something there. I wouldn't make it about you is my only thing, because you're not racist. So don't make yourself the butt of the joke just for the joke. It's not
Sure.
true. I think there's something here, though, for sure.
Yeah, but
What
I
do
am
white,
white.
What do white people know about racism? I don't know. If you read a history book,
Aha.
we know a lot.
Yeah, it's one of the rare jokes
We don't know a lot about receiving it.
Right.
We're
Oh,
like,
that's
we're like,
good.
We're like pitchers, and everyone else is like catchers.
Right.
We're throwing heat.
Yeah, we're batting 100 or
I don't
1,000.
know.
Yeah, no, that's good.
There's
It's one of the
something
few
there.
jokes where you don't want to make it personal. Most jokes are better when they're personal.
No, this is an observational joke.
Definitely observational.
Make sure to email us. We might be drunkpod@gmail.com. Leave us a review on Apple. See Mark and myself on the road. I think this is coming out
Yes.
later. So I just came out of Cleveland, I guess this came out.
Ooh.
So see me in Spokane, Seattle added shows, Salt Lake, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Arlington, Virginia. All over, man. I got a lot of dates coming up. Raleigh. Go to samuel.com/shows. There's a lot of dates added. Just added Atlanta for later this year, and just added Columbus as well. So adding dates, but go see me. And Mark, where are you gonna be, man?
Hell yeah, that's some good cities you're going to. I'm going to be at Magooby's in Baltimore. Come out to that. Lord knows I need you. That could be a tough room. Hartford,
No,
Funny
it's a good
Bone.
room.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
a tough one.
Hartford stuff.
Virginia Beach, I've never been to in my life. That could be interesting. Helium in Portland, that'll be fun. I love
I'll be
Portland.
there in August. I can't wait. I got family and friends there. I can't wait.
Great town. Syracuse, Toledo.
Don't kill
boy.
yourself in Syracuse, suicide capital of the world.
Yeah, Houston, Helium in Philly, and Buffalo. Woo, Dayton. I'm visiting like the Ironworks Union here. I'm going to all the blue collar towns.
I'm
here.
doing all these rooms too. I'm doing Helium, Philly, and Buffalo too, but later in the September and December, I think.
Oh, there you go. Oh man, I mean the Bray Improv. That'll be a treat.
Is that great?
Oh, it's Orange County. It's just beach and beautiful people. Then you're like, why are you laughing? You guys have everything. You're gorgeous.
Am I crazy to? So it's like Soho House.
No, but they're good. They laugh.
What is it weird? I'm going. I'm on the road like every weekend this year, pretty much. Is that a mistake, or you think I might go crazy on the road? Should I take?
Wait,
more
the
weekends?
whole year
Pretty much
till Christmas.
I think I'm close to being out every weekend of the year. I have like maybe 4 weekends open through the end of the year.
I would hold off on those just
Really?
to stay sane. I mean, I don't go. I'm not going the whole. I got a vacation at one point planned with the lady, and you want to be able to go to a wedding if it pops up. I don't know. That
You
feels,
want to go to a what? After
I
this
don't
fucking
want to,
rant
but
you just said.
I don't want to go, but I'm gonna. I got a friend getting married, and he already asked me like, please block this off. It's in August, so I blocked it off. I know it's a nightmare. I'm already dreading it. It's 5 months away, but I'll go. He asked me directly.
You'll be miserable the whole time.
Of course.
That's what they're at. When you ask a comic to go to your wedding, you were saying, "Do you mind being miserable?"
And that's what I say to him about getting married. But but it's in Boston. I'll suck it up. Whatever. It's one night out of my life.
One night, it's nothing.
Yeah, and it's important to him and the wife.
You need to go. I
Yeah.
get it for your good friends. If it's a good friend,
It's a good friend, so I'll be there. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, maybe I'd say okay. But I think about like September, October, you're gonna get a little burnt.
I'm gonna get burnt. But I also am like, it's hard to say no, man.
It is.
It's been a rough year. It's hard to say no to shit.
Totally, and we got a lot in the tank. We got to get it out, but it's good money, and it's I don't know. I don't mind the road, but
I like it too. But we're not like everybody else in that way.
That's true. We're drifters. You know, we're married to the sea, as they say.
Married to the sea.
Yeah.
That's what Joe List said about us, right?
I know, yeah.
That we're married to the sea.
He nailed when he said that. I was like, oh, man, that hurt so good. You're right. There's a couple married to the sea guys out there, and they don't seem happy. But as long as we keep an eye on it, it's like drinking.
Don't think we'll keep an eye on any of it. But we'll keep an eye on you. Thanks for listening, guys.
Hear, hear. See you next week.